All right, hopefully you've had a weekend to watch Smaug Desolate. So yeah, let's talk about some Desolation of Smaug spoilers here. And yeah, that's an official spoiler warning. So if you get the Hobbit, the Desolation of Smaug spoiled for you because you stuck around this video after that spoiler warning, that is officially on you, my friend. That being said, stick around if you want. One of the things I love about this movie is it shows how Bilbo is a burglar, how good hobbits are at being stealthy little burglars, so spy-like that they could take out the one in Stratego. And not too far into the movie, Bilbo takes on some spiders. That was a really creepy scene. I'm not just saying that because I just don't like spiders. I'm saying that because it was a creepy scene on top of the fact that spiders already creep me out. These big spiders are coming after him. He's landing in the spider webs, and the cool thing is he puts on the ring. Bilbo can hear the spiders talking to themselves about them, how they're gonna eat them. They're all speaking parcel tongue and shit. And it shows that Bilbo is going down that dark rabbit hole that Frodo was going down. That little crab spider thing's walking, and it's almost putting the ring on accidentally. Bilbo stabs it in the head like 42 times. He holds the ring up. He's like, mine. You're like, oh, Bilbo, easy, burglar. They crash at this shapeshifter dude's house, like a group of friends you don't want to have. Where you're like, all right, yeah, you can crash at my place. You don't see him a lot, but it does show you aspects of Middle Earth that are out there. Or at least one aspect, because he's the last one. But it just shows you how magical Middle Earth can be. And pretty early on, Gandalf splits off to go to his own side quest with Radagast the Brown, who's a lot more normal in this movie. I'm just saying, he did a lot less meth, crack, or mushrooms, or whatever it was that's on his mind. Because he's just a little more normal in this movie. He's a little more tame. But they need to go to Dol Guldur to find out what the hell is happening there. Which is a cool scene. I like the scene. It's great in concept, but it is one of the scenes where I was like, those effects could have been cleaned up a little bit. Gandalf's in this magic fight and his bubble's compressing. He's trying to hold back evil, and you see this necromancer is really just, he's holding his own against Gandalf the Grey. So you're like, this necromancer is business. If you didn't know who the necromancer was before, you know now. This necromancer beats Gandalf, pins him up against the wall, and you see the eye wreathed in flame, and you see Sauron just walk out from it. You're like, holy shit. Also voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, which is funny. Cumberbatch voices the two big badasses in this entire movie, or an entire Middle-earth trilogy, Sauron and Smaug the Dragon, because he just has the voice. How can you not put that voice in everything? And after that, Gandalf gets put in a cage somewhere. They're like, yeah, you just chill out here for the rest of the movie while the dwarves and the little hobbit go try to take on badassness. Who are we kidding? An eagle will save him. One of the things I'm still wondering about was the same thing I was concerned about in the last Hobbit movie, which is, in Fellowship of the Ring, it seemed Gandalf suspected Sauron was coming back, but he was like, I don't really know if he's actually I need to do some research. You would think after magically being pinned up against a wall and seeing Sauron emerge from a flaming eye, Gandalf would be like, no, I know what's happening. So I'm interested to see by the end of this trilogy and then into Fellowship of the Ring how that actually mixes and meshes. And I already talked about the badass river action scene with the barrels, but I need to talk about it a little more. Because it was such a cool scene. Like right about the time someone took an axe and chucked it into an orc and pinned him up against a log and he was just hanging there, his dead body's just there. I was like, all right. This is cool. A lot of decapitations too. If Legolas came out of nowhere, sliced off a human's head and held it almost tauntingly and then dropped it, it'd be like, yeah, it's rated, it's a little rough, it's rated R. But an orc, yeah, no one gives a shit about orcs. They're not people. They don't vote. And again, the fact that Legolas is in the movie could be seen as forced. I choose not to see it that way though. Because Legolas's father is in the movie and he's a dick. But he's telling Thorin, he's like, how about this? I will help you. And Thorin's like, yeah, your word is bullshit. I've seen it. I'd tell him the same thing. Yeah, I'd be rotting in the Lothlorien jail cells too, but I don't care. Anyhow, Legolas's father is in the movie, so I would think it would be logical that Legolas was also in the movie. Be like, hey, where's your kid Legolas? I don't know, doing elf shit, so he should be here. But he's not. If he wasn't in the movie, I would think that would be more weird. So the fact that he's in the movie doesn't bother me. Bard was badass too. I like characters like him where he was like, hey, there's this shitty town. I'm a really cool guy. Everyone likes me. I'm a people person. He's the people's champion of this town run by Sir Francis Drake's zombie. That is what the dude who runs that town looked like. He looked like shit. Loved him in V for Vendetta though. Bard's like, I'm gonna take out that dragon with this huge arrow harpoon thing. And I can't talk enough about Smaug. That thing was awesome. I already ranted about the damn dragon in my last review. There's no real need to keep talking about it, but I think I might. He really was enormous. Just look at the scope of this thing. You're like, good lord. I thought the Balrog of Morgoth was huge. This thing is enormous. Claws are all big and razor. I love the fact that he kept mockingly calling Bilbo barrel
rider.
He's just so articulate, you can tell. I wouldn't want to play chess against the dude. Fire would be fine. I just don't want to feel like an idiot because a dragon beat me at chess. We'll play Stratego. I got Bilbo. But that is another part where I was like, those effects could have been cleaned up a bit. Not the dragon, not Smaug or anything, but it was when they were all floating across the gold, the melted gold river. I was like, that looks like PlayStation. To their credit, I have never seen melted gold. Maybe it looks exactly like that. Probably not though. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, when that gold came over Smaug, I was like, all right, I guess he's done for. Then he busts out and he shakes it out. He's like, oh, you saw me wreck the town in the prologue of The Hobbit? You wait. You wait! He flies towards the town. You're like, you all are toast. He's like, I am fire. I am death. Boom. Right when it happened, it really goes to show you how much I was into this movie, how much I loved this movie, because I never checked my watch once. I thought we still had to see Smaug wipe his ass with this town. And right when he said, I am death, he says the word death and the music shuts off. But a split second before it went black, I was like, Holy, you've got to be kidding me. Then it went black and I was like, you have got to be shitting me. Then the credits came on and I was like, ugh! Cliffhanger endings like that, I love to hate them. I love them. I really do. They give you that, ah, man kind of feeling. Most movies that try to pull it off, I'm not interested enough to have that, ah, man kind of feeling. But in this movie, I really had the, ah, man kind of feeling. In more than a few scenarios, The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug did remind me of the Empire Strikes Back of Hobbit movies. Right down to the scene where Smaug is taunting Bilbo. He's just taunting the shit out of him. He's playing with him. He can wreck him at any time. He can just gobble him up till, oh, dead. He's really kind of taunting and playing with everybody. I mean, he's breathing fire and people are taunting him and he's taunting back. But at a point you see it. It reminded me of the scene in Empire Strikes Back where Vader comes around the corner and slashes at Luke and he's breathing hard and he's just whacking at him. He's like, all right, playtime's over. This is business. Smaug gets that same look. He just comes around the corner and he's just going after him. He's like, all right, I was messing with you. Now I want to murder you all. I was like, ah, it's Vader with wings. Not gonna lie, can't wait for the next movie. Cannot wait for the next movie. So yeah, spoiler free or spoiler, however you want to slice it. I have a couple videos telling you that The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug was completely awesome, unforgettable. I want to see it again. I haven't seen it in 48 frames a second. I saw it in 24, so I am open to see it in 48 frames a second now that I have already seen the movie in 24. But you know, maybe next time. So I'm not going to ask you if you liked The Desolation of Smaug. I already asked you that. I will ask you, who do you think would win in a fight, Balrog of Morgoth or Smaug the Dragon? Seriously, I want Screw Attack to do a death battle to really break it down as to who would win, because those are entertaining and cool, and I want to know. Both are fire, both use fire, both are impervious to fire. Who? I don't know. My friend and I got into a debate on this. We never reached an answer. So Balrog of Morgoth or Smaug the Dragon, who do you think would win in a fight? Whoever it is, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.